Good morning. Welcome to the channel. I'm Bobby, and I have a hay farm in northern Nevada. This morning, we're making some small square bales, and things were going good. I just got a new small square baler, new to me. It's a Massey Ferguson 1843S. So I had an old Freeman 370 and a 330. The bales are a little bigger on those, and so they're heavier and they don't stack as well. So we upgraded to this as an inline small square baler, and this is my first day using it. We bought it, it had quite a few issues. I had the local dealer go through it and repair everything, and I made, I don't know, quite a few. I made a few hundred bales already this morning, and then it stopped tying, and I just went and I noticed a few things. So let me walk you guys through it. So the first thing I noticed was this bolt came loose, and that's just the luber. So there's a little pump here, and every time it ties, it does one pump, and every time it pumps, it sends a little oil up to the knotters to keep everything lubricated. So I thought, well, maybe that's, at first glance I didn't realize what that was for, and I thought that could potentially be the problem. But then I looked and I saw, let's see if I can point it out here, try to be still, right here. Let's see if you guys can see that or not. Yeah, so right here in the back, this arm should be straight. So something bent this, and I don't know what. And these are a little bit bent, but the tucker fingers are in the proper position. So this is called a tucker finger right here. And so what it does is when the needle comes up through the bale, this gets actuated by this cam right here, and it brings these tucker fingers behind, okay, and they physically tuck. They push the two pieces of twine together and hold them up against the bill hook. If those aren't working, they won't tie. So the problem is that with this one bent, this tucker finger here, which appears to have been replaced at some point, was like this, but because it's bent, it was in the correct position, but these couldn't return to home. So they were always like, they were like this when I got up here to check. So what would happen is the needles would come up through, and the tucker finger was already in the tuck position, and maybe it was just going further, or maybe it wasn't moving at all, and so it wasn't tucking. So I've removed this rod now, and I'm going to try to straighten that bent piece that is in there. I'm sorry if you can't see, I am trying my best here. It's very congested. So I'm going to try and get that straightened out. And we'll see what happens. So I will shut the video off. I'm going to try to straighten it, and then I'll show you once I get it all put back together. Okay. We're not successful bending it cold. It's just an awkward angle. It's really hard to get in there. So I'm gonna do something dumb. Don't do this. Don't be like me. I am taking a few precautions. First thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna blow everything off that I can. Second thing, I got a bunch of water sitting right there. And then what I'm gonna do is just light the torch right there and direct the heat only at that part. Okay? And then I'm gonna shut the torch off and try to bend the piece. We're just gonna take our time. I'm not really gonna be able to film it. It's just too tight in there, but I will show you afterwards if I'm successful and show you what it looks like when it's put back together. So we're gonna try that right now. Okay, so I'm hoping I got it fixed. So what I did is I bent that back, and then I had to adjust and bend this rod that attaches right here, if you can see at the end of my finger there, to get the tucker finger in the right position. That rod is sticking up a little bit, which makes me a little nervous because I'm afraid that the wiper arm is gonna want to hit that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the tension off of this, and I'm gonna just run the knotter up by hand. And see if I can if it's gonna clear, or if I need to take it apart and bend that rod again. Because when I was putting it back together, I was so focused on getting it positioned right that I might have bent that rod and it wasn't supposed to be bent a certain way. So what I might have to do is take it back apart. I'll make a mark on it so I know where it needs to be bent at, and then I can put it back together and check it again. But I don't know. I might just go ahead and do that, because now that it's all assembled, it doesn't look quite right. And it would suck if I, blew it up right after I just spent all that time putting it back together. So I might do that. I might just bust that apart again. It's one pin and one bolt, and take it off and try to get that to lay flat like it's supposed to be, and then adjust it from there if needed. And hopefully the next time you see me, I'll be making some bales. I was planning on taking a video this morning of baling it. I just wanted to get the hang of it first, because it's a new baler. Small balers they're not all the same. These are different than like a Freeman, like a side feed baler, but the principles of baling are the same, whether you're round baling, square baling, big squares, small squares. But I wanted to get a little familiar with it first, and just so happened that this morning was the morning it decided to explode. Okay, so I had to take it on and off 3 or 4 times, but I got it now. It's laying flat. And when I got it to lay flat the first time, then I was hitting the hay dog when it would actuate. So I had to take it off and bend it again. And it's ugly. But I think I got it. So it's too hot to bale hay right now, but I'm gonna just go make a couple. I'm just gonna punch a couple out and see if it's knotting, and then that way I know I'll be ready to go for tomorrow. So I'm gonna fire up, and I'll show you guys once I get over there. Okay, making bales again. Now I don't know if it'll stay fixed, but it's fixed, and like I said, I don't know why it broke. I don't know what caused that. It might have been bent to begin with, and then one of the times that I made a bale, it just wigged out and blew up. I don't know. So I'll get out here in a second and we'll take a look at the knots. I just want to finish this windrow. I just idled that baler down. It's not good to leave them. It's not good to leave them running full bore when you're not baling. It's hard on the shear bolts. You know, all the bearings. So there's a bale. That's the cut side. That's the knot side. Nice knots. These tails look a little short to me. And when I was looking at those twine discs when I was up there, the timing on that number 1 knotter looks a bit, the timing is retarded. So we need to advance the timing. Unless we can check this one too and see if they're all that way, or see, this one's okay. So, you know, the thing with the baler, small balers, is if they're working, you just don't mess with them. But you can see how much we're leaving behind. And I'll come over here and we'll look where I was baling this morning and I'll show you the difference. So that's what I was baling this morning. It's not much different, but it is a bit different. You can look at these bales though, and they just look nicer. Yeah, there wasn't a lot of dew this morning, and you don't need a lot of dew for grain hay, but it does help. So this one mistied too right here, and then I went down this row and came back, and I made it about 20 bales or so before everything blew up. Now that wasn't the knotter that was bad, but you know, that, who knows. So I don't love the shape on these. I'm not sure why they look like this. They're all up in the back like that. They're tight, they're heavy. So I don't know why they are doing that. It might have to do with the way they're falling off the baler. It looks like they're hitting on a chain over here maybe, because it's got this, I'm not a fan of this. I'm going to change this out. As they're coming out, they're hitting on this chain I think that's pulling this up. So they're hitting on this chain right here, and then it's pulling on this edge and deforming the bale, I think. Could just be how I'm feeding the baler too. I might be a little too far left or right. But I don't know. This is all new to me, this baler. The tension seems a little looser on this one, but I don't know. So I'm gonna finish out this windrow, and then I'm gonna go home real quick, have a little coffee and breakfast, and then we'll pick up. We're gonna go no-till some teff. I got everything set up on Friday. So I got my seed put in, my rate, I calibrated the drill for the rate. I set my depth. So now all we need to do is go plant. I even have the GPS base station all set up, put together, so we just got to hook that up to a battery on my pickup, and we'll go bale. So I may back the tension off on these a little bit. They feel pretty tight to me. They're pretty heavy, but like I said, I think we're just going to finish off this windrow, and I'm going to call it quits for today, and just wanted to make sure that it was working again, and then we'll go we'll hit it early tomorrow, and we should be able to knock this out in a couple hours.